Hello everyone, welcome to Haley Moon Tarot. So this is a bonus reading for Leo, asking the same question of every zodiac sign, and yes, I'll still be doing Thursday's readings. So your person, the person you're waiting for, hoping to hear from, will they step up to the plate, Leo? Will your person step up to the plate? Yeah, some feelings and emotions here. Yeah, so it has to do with being on the same page, lifestyle habits, the way someone's conducting themselves, but it is energy. I feel like some of you still have this energy of, you have some faith here. Yeah, but I feel like we got someone here is trying to figure something out. Now, this is often someone who goes about something in a sneaky way to figure out how the other person feels. Maybe you feel somebody's in a relationship or commitment here. So it's all about being on the same page. Tradition, habits, yeah, some sneaky energy. I mean, it could be just, like I say, all isn't always what it seems with the Seven of Swords, okay? It's not always a player. Often it's insecure, deep insecurities. A lot of times it's just a person who, like I say, goes about something in a sneaky way. Maybe to see if someone's faithful or loyal, or if you're, if they feel the same. Yeah. So I do feel there's been some sort of temptation, but it's an energy of taking a little step back, feeling something is off. See, when you know something is off, so maybe something doesn't feel right. But I feel this is just someone, often this is a person who sneaks away. They start to sneak away. Yeah, there's that energy of sacrifice. Somebody here. And sometimes it's self-sabotage, but like I say, it's all about some kind of sacrifice. So if you've been sacrificing yourself for this person, and we know the Queen of Cups does that. This is someone who often looks at someone, well, if I love them a lot, I can fix this person. I can make them love me. Yeah. So it is an energy of sacrificing here. But I think somebody here may have sabotaged, kind of sneaking away because they felt something was off. I feel it's just insecure. Yeah, so I do see this energy of a little aha moment, some kind of truth, enlightenment. See, someone taking a step back, seeing the truth. Some of you probably already know the truth. I mean, it's about, and I do think it's that fixer-upper, thinking you can fix somebody. Maybe you have a habit of that. If you love them a lot, you can fix them. But again, like I say, this is energy of someone kind of sneaking away here or trying to figure out how the other person feels. Yeah, so somebody's definitely, it's an energy too, some of you learning something here, been there, done that. So some of you kind of do that, but it's an energy of moving very quickly. Could be someone sneaking away. It could be someone who has other opportunities coming in. But I do think you were looking at this, very, very positive, but it's about sacrificing. Sacrificing. Yeah. Someone who sacrifices, but I do think there's a little self-sabotage here as well. Let's have a look at temptation. Yeah, so there's been some hurt feelings. So there's somebody here is definitely feeling hurt, possibly thinking there's a third party, that someone isn't being faithful. Yeah. Tell me about the sacrifice. Yeah, so I see some chaos, conflict, maybe competition. Yeah, some drama. I see some drama here as well. So yeah, tell me about the Queen of Cups. Yeah, this is someone who starts making up excuses, or they just aren't sure how they feel. I mean, it could be this person trying to figure out how you feel, going about something in a sneaky way. It's kind of shifty. It feels off, maybe thinking there's a third party. I do think it's one or the other, but yeah, let's have a look at the tradition. It's habits, lifestyle, the way someone's conducting themselves. It's telling you to look at that. Yeah, I do see a King of Wands here. So this is often someone who, like I say, somebody who maybe has other opportunities. They may be trying to sneak away, but I think this is someone who feels that you're up to something. But yeah, it's pretty interesting energy, but this is a person who generally moves very quickly. They come in very quickly, sometimes get a little overwhelmed, and then they try to sneak away. But there's been some hurt. So this is often someone going off to lick their wounds. I mean, it could be because they know they've hurt you, or they have been hurt. Because I do see someone making up excuse. But, I mean, this is often someone who really just doesn't have a whole lot to say, or they don't know what to say. Now, this is a person who's very bold, often someone who moves quickly. But it's their habits, their lifestyle. Now, it could be someone who's moved away from a relationship with someone too. See, been there, done that. Yeah, you can see sneaky. I think it's this person feels something is up. And I mean, I feel maybe you went about something in a way where you're trying to figure out how they feel, or you wanted to get something going here. 8 of Wands. This is someone who's been through something before. Yeah, it's a person who doesn't want to repeat mistakes of the past. So there's a lot of thinking. This person's thinking. They're sort of trapped in their head. Yeah, this is a bit of a self-imposed trap. So I do think it was kind of sabotage, or just they didn't want to sacrifice something. But I feel this is, the Queen of Cups is an energy of someone who sacrifices, you know, and thinks if they can fix somebody, that fixer-upper. See, if they give someone a whole lot of love, they can fix it. Okay? And that's what I'm seeing. But there's definitely been hurt feelings, or maybe even a third party. This is somebody who may have been hurt too. Often people who are hurt themselves, because there's been confrontation, an argument, a fight. This person may have been in a relationship or just coming out of one. It's probably yourself here, Leo. Leo masculine, unless you're dealing with an Aries, Sag, maybe Scorpio. Yeah, really it's just energy. Let's have a look at the 3 of Swords. I do think this is somebody, once they overcome some obstacles, challenges, and they take this time to figure things out. Because I do think they're really thinking about this. They're trying to figure this out. Yeah, see, it's about letting this go. Releasing things that no longer serve. So this is someone who generally rushes into things quite quickly, so they don't want to do that again. I wouldn't be surprised. This person, I feel what's happened is they were hurt and they inadvertently hurt you. Let's have a look at the 3 of Swords. Yeah, so somebody not budging, moving, protecting themselves, their money, their heart. This is someone who's been played before. Okay? Now, you may be looking at this person as a player, but I feel there's insecurities because they just don't know what to say. I feel things moving quickly. It's coming in out of the blue. It's happening so fast. Yeah, very much trapped in their head here. Tell me about this Ace of... You're probably both thinking of each other here, too. Yeah, it has to do with 2 people possibly coming apart. This is someone who needs to let go of something here. See, releasing. But it's also an energy whether the feelings are mutual. I don't know if there's some jealousy. There could be somebody here that was jealous. I do see that, see releasing that, but there's conflict and drama. So, I mean, if you are the feminine energy here and you were dealing with someone who's very dramatic, I mean, conflicting personalities, I mean, it could be Leo themselves leaving someone behind, because I do see drama, arguing, fighting, conflicting personalities, 2 people coming apart, and then we have 2 people possibly coming together. So there is this little aha moment. I do think you may hear from this person again. I do think they have some things they need to let go of. But you know, another thing I feel with this person, they may feel like you're out of their league, or at this point the situation's out of reach. Yeah, somebody here maybe who has high standards, where they feel they can't. Yeah, I do see that energy of high standards. Maybe that's the conflict they're having with someone, but I actually feel like this is the person that someone is moving away from. They don't want to repeat mistakes of the past, things rushing in quickly. So this is someone who's learned a few things, some lessons being learned, you see. And it is about faith and loyalty. Maybe somebody wasn't loyal or faithful. There may have been a third party. Or, like I say, jealousy. Yeah, there could be competition too. I mean, competitive energy. Let's have a look at the Star. So this is where things start to get real. Looking at the reality, it's all about expectations. See, letting go of expectations too. But this is where things start to get real. So somebody starts to look at the reality of the situation. There's conflict, drama. Yeah, it definitely looks like a couple people coming apart, but it has to do with two people maybe taking things to the next level. So I feel this is someone just kind of sitting on the fence here. Yeah, it all has to do with patience, about investing, whether to invest in this situation. See whether someone's interested for the right reasons. This is a person I feel who's been played. I mean, this could be somebody who was a bit of a player at times, but I really don't think it is, because I'm seeing loyalty. And it could be, if you are that Queen of Cups, looking to see if someone's loyal or trying to figure things out. See, jealousy, confrontation, conflict. Something was definitely happening. But it has to do with some aha moment, some kind of truth. This person's usually win or lose. You know, they want something, they generally go for it, but they're kind of looking at what they have to lose. This is somebody who may have already lost something. And I do see a lot of focus on money, but I see someone protecting their heart. I'm going to be honest, if this is someone who was dealing with someone and they were between two worlds and coming apart, they may have been protecting you from this confrontation, or someone who's very jealous. But I definitely see the energy of someone, you know, the Queen of Cups is usually kind and compassionate, but I definitely see that fixer-upper. So that definitely could be your energy. This person needs to figure things out for themselves. Yeah, tell me about the King of Wands. Who is this person? Yeah, so their cup actually runneth over. Their cup actually runneth over. They didn't know what to say. They felt overwhelmed. I feel like maybe you reached out to this person, but the interesting thing is they are kind of sitting on that fence still. Nobody's budging or moving here. Yeah, it's definitely been hurt feelings. I feel this person hurt your feelings, or you felt there was a third party, but I do think it's an energy of what they were dealing with for some of you. You can flip the energy. Tell me about the Two of Wands. Yeah, so someone moving on, trying to avoid a disaster. See, it's avoiding. Someone trying to avoid a disaster. So they were dealing with this. So it's two people coming apart. See, it's time to move along now. Yeah, nothing to see. I think this is somebody feeling very insecure, going off to lick their wounds. See, a little time out. Two people coming apart. There's distance here. Now, there could have been a long distance situation, but I feel with the Five of Pentacles, there's this energy of whether to invest in this or not. And it's about interest, whether the feelings were mutual. Wow. Now, maybe you did this yourself. You kind of went about something in a sneaky way, and then they get all skeptical and sketchy, feeling like... But yeah, their cup runneth over, feeling overwhelmed. To me, it's insecure. This is someone who I feel has been played. They don't want whatever happened before. They're in their head. They're still thinking about this. So yeah, I do think after things calm down, I do see some time in between, things calming down. I think this is somebody who you may hear from this person. So you may hear from this person again. So it all depends on when this happened and how long. I see some time here. Time. So probably it was just a bad time. But I wouldn't be surprised this person was protecting you, because they may have had a person who was very dramatic. Maybe someone's trying to hold on to this person for money. There's just a lot going on. I see jealousy, see that protection. And jealousy, confrontation. Yeah, I think this is somebody really trying to move on. Yeah, you can see there was some sadness, oppression. So it's someone trying to hold on to somebody, creating drama. Yeah. Energy of lack. Someone's holding on to someone for money. I think this is somebody who's dealt with somebody who wasn't loyal. I don't know if it was so much cheating or third party, but I feel it's something that at that point was going on in their head. But I think this is a person who's actually pretty loyal. Has to do with faith. It's just not being on the same page, things happening so quickly, they're overwhelmed. This person wanted to offer you this cup, but things are going to calm down. I do think they're worried about money, protecting their money, everything they worked for, because someone may be holding on to them for money. They may be thinking the same things happen again, especially if how that last relationship started. It's like starting in the same way. So yeah, so you can see some indecision. Somebody was unable to make a decision. I do think it's an energy of taking off the blindfold, the rose-colored glasses, seeing the reality. I think this person feels insecure, like you're out of their league. They wanted this. This is somebody who I feel has like some kind of rules they follow. If they feel someone's out of their league or the situation isn't right, that they don't do anything. But man, oh man, they were sort of sitting there stuck. They're still looking at this. I do think this is something, the time going by, things calming down, distancing themselves, moving on. But they're in their head still. They're still thinking about this. I feel there was definitely some sadness, but it is about oppression, not being able to say anything. And it's someone maybe, like I say, holding on to them for money. So there's a lot this person may have been dealing with. Wow, but I do think they're going to take off the rose-colored glasses and see this little aha moment. This could have been victory. So this is someone who probably should have just told you everything they were going through. So let's have a look at the energy. Yeah, they might have been dealing with somebody younger, someone who's focused on self. Oppression. Yeah, they were definitely dealing with someone here who was focused on self. See, it's all about me. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, this is somebody feeling beat up. See, they just feel like giving up. They're looking back at this. And I do think some of you are almost ready to give up on this. I do think this person may come back in, but I do think it's all to do with ending a situation and moving on, waiting for things to calm down. Yeah, see, it's an energy of lack of emotional balance. Their emotions were all out of whack. They didn't even know what they were thinking or feeling at the time. So they've taken this step back now and they're looking at this. Yeah. So I don't know if this is somebody who actually even chose somebody else, but like I say, there was this very sadness, oppression, lack of money, the feeling of poverty, being left out in the cold. Yeah, so it is an energy of ending it. Somebody was waiting for this to be over. And if they're still going through this, I do think time in between. But like I say, they feel like maybe you have high standards or you're just out of their league. They're still looking at it. I do think this is now over. They've put it behind. I mean, this person may have been kind of focusing on themselves at that time. But I think they were dealing with somebody younger, or maybe they feel you're somebody here who's young. Yeah, it's definitely, there's an energy of enthusiasm, that's for sure. It has to do with communicating. But yeah, this is somebody who walked away. Yeah, it's walking away from someone who's younger, leaving it behind, looking for something new. I think this person feels you've probably given up and already moved on. Yeah, look at, see, changing the focus. Now you can flip the masculine to feminine energy, but yeah, this is someone walking away, changing their focus. I think this person's wondering what it is. It's an energy of why you were interested. See, that's what it is. Why are you interested in me suddenly? What is it that you want? But whatever it is that's happened, I do think it is over. I think this person thinks it's over, that you've walked away. You're no longer focused or no longer interested. But yeah, it does look like this is someone dealing with someone younger. Something they didn't see that they now see. They've definitely learned some lessons here. Yeah. But I do think this is someone who's rushed into things before, and that's what I feel has happened. But you can definitely flip the energy, because I do see someone focused on self, doing their own thing. Yeah, someone taking a break, a time out, see, pinned down by their thoughts. They're still thinking about this. I do think at some point you may hear from this person, because they are that energy of win or lose. Well, this is someone who's likely lost a bunch of money, if it is a divorce or it was a committed relationship. So it's sort of like, well, I got nothing left to lose. I might as well go for it. Interesting. And I'm going to tell you too, this person is kind of down on themselves. Yeah. But I do think this is somebody who's going to come in. I do think at some point you may hear from this person, but I feel after some things have calmed down, things that you may have learned during this time in between about this person, you may not be interested in them anymore. I think you're still thinking of each other. Yeah, a cycle ending, a new cycle beginning. See, this is somebody who couldn't believe their good luck. It was like too good to be true kind of energy. They couldn't believe their good luck, but it was so overwhelming. It's all about the timing because they were still kind of dealing with something, invested in it. It has to do with a lot to do with their finances, their money, like I do feel. But I do think that there was a loss of finances. Definitely they were thinking of negative energy during this time. But definitely there was jealousy, conflict, drama. So I wouldn't be surprised they were kind of protecting you from this. Maybe made up some kind of excuse or story here. But this is someone who often is so overwhelmed they don't know what to say. Yeah, very interesting energy. Yeah, there's definitely some kind of regret. This person kind of regrets it here, but I feel they were going through a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. It's like they just don't know what to think because they feel something's off, it's fishy. But you may be feeling that way. It's like both people kind of feeling the same way about the other person. But like I say, I feel like if you're the feminine, you've changed your focus. They think you have anyway, but I think you're just doing your own thing. I do see walking away wasn't emotionally fulfilling. Something they may said that you maybe made, feeling a little bit off. And I feel this is somebody who, I mean, after things have calmed down, they're looking at this and thinking maybe that you're not their type but I actually feel like you are. Yeah. See, there's some confusion here. See, choices, opportunity. They know a good thing when they see it. And I do think this person thinks about you, and I do think they kind of fantasize a little bit. Both of you. Yeah, but it is about opportunity, seeking other opportunity. I mean, this could be someone who said, it's time to move along now. I do think some of you have, and things have calmed down. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. It has to do with timing, a cycle. I wouldn't be surprised this is someone who comes back around. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised that you hear from this person again because now everything has kind of changed, I feel. They know a good thing when they see it. There's opportunity, but I feel some of you may be just keeping your options open. You're just kind of doing your own thing, taking a little break, a little time out. And I do see things starting to go in your favor. They see you in a very favorable light. It was I feel like it was kind of like nothing personal against you. Yeah, and I do see someone ending all their options. I feel this person has people interested in them too. But see, it's about whether it's over or not. There's inner transformation. So it is the end of something. It is over. Now they're kind of looking at this. They're looking at the possibilities, how this could all play out and fantasizing. So yeah, I do think some of you will hear from this person again. It's possible you may, because this person's kind of taken a little bit of time here, I feel that they feel you've likely moved on, or you may actually not feel the same way about them, but they actually see you in a very favorable light. They see an opportunity here. I think you're both kind of fantasizing a little bit, Yeah, but you're in this person's thoughts. There's no doubt about it. So let me just grab one more card up here. Tell me about this Prince of Cups. Yeah, see, going down this path. Cooperation, compromise. They maybe felt you weren't compatible. See, but they're now looking at this. See, you have some common energy. There's some common energy. They see what you bring to the table. See, they see opportunity. But like I say, with this person, it's about going down this path. See, doing it again. I think this is somebody who really needed to figure out how they felt, what it is they wanted. But I feel they're still kind of in their head thinking. So it's telling you to take off the blindfold and the rose-colored glasses. And I do see that fixer-upper. If you are somebody who often feels if you love someone, nurture and care, and you come together with this person, see, it's about coming together, building each other up. This person was dealing with someone where there was a lack of compatibility. And they probably had nothing in common, because I do see that. So Yeah, but there's a lot of this energy of sacrificing and self-sabotage and yeah, pretty interesting. But yeah, I do think you'll hear from this person again. In fact, you may cross paths with this person after a time. I do think this is someone who's left something behind, definitely looking for something new. And during this time, I feel in between, I wouldn't be surprised if this is somebody who actually maybe started something with someone else and it didn't go anywhere. I think this, and I feel that's how they kind of felt too. Like, oh, this isn't going anywhere. They're out of my league. You know, they see you in a very favorable light. So yeah, I do think that this is now over. I do see someone ending their options too. I do think things are going to start going in your favor. But yeah, I do see a new cycle. It's all about the timing, and I do think you're going to cross paths with this person again. If this is someone you cross paths with a couple times and it never really goes anywhere, I think there's a lot of thinking about that. It's about looking at why. They wanted this. And I do think they're going to, once this person's ready for a fresh new start, I do think this person may reach out. So take care. Bye for now.